Involve. What will the job involve? I didn't realize putting on a play involved so much work. I try to use involve when talking about everyday situations. Security. The trial was held under tight security. Lacks security at airline check-in desks. Terrorist activity that is a threat to national security. Board. Martha was chopping vegetables on a wooden board. A chessboard. I try to use board when talking about everyday situations. Seek. Do you think the president will seek re-election? I hear the word seek in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use seek when talking about everyday situations. Subject. Prices may be subject to alteration. I hear the word subject in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use subject when talking about everyday situations. Private. Morris has a private jet. He made some notes for his private use. They objected to any form of private property. Performance. This evening's performance will begin at 8:00 p.m. I hear the word performance in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use performance when talking about everyday situations. Goal. Your goal as a parent is to help your child become an independent adult. I hear the word goal in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use goal when talking about everyday situations. Represent. Mr. Kobayashi was chosen to represent the company at the conference. I hear the word represent in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use represent when talking about everyday situations. Focus. His eyes were focused straight ahead. I hear the word focus in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use focus when talking about everyday situations. Agency. A UN agency responsible for helping refugees. I hear the word agency in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use agency when talking about everyday situations. Reduce. The governor announced a new plan to reduce crime. The helmet law should reduce injuries in motorcycle accidents. Small businesses will need to reduce costs in order to survive. Natural. The study of the natural world. An area of spectacular natural beauty. Death from natural causes. Concern. I didn't concern myself with politics. I hear the word concern in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use concern when talking about everyday situations. Series. The series of events that led to the outbreak of war. The police are investigating a series of attacks in the area. There's been a whole series of accidents on this road. Significant. His most significant political achievement was the abolition of the death penalty. Please inform us if there are any significant changes in your plans. I try to use significant when talking about everyday situations. Response. His immediate response was one of disbelief. Emmett's new exhibition has met with a favorable response from critics. I try to use response when talking about everyday situations. Decade. The last decade of the 19th century. I hear the word decade in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use decade when talking about everyday situations. Stock. We stock a wide range of kitchen equipment. I hear the word stock in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use stock when talking about everyday situations. Career. A teaching career. He realized that his acting career was over. A physiotherapist who wanted to make a dramatic career change by becoming an author. Despite all our efforts to save the school, the authorities decided to close it. I hear the word despite in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use despite when talking about everyday situations. Treatment. Just lately, Kyra has been giving me the silent treatment. I hear the word treatment in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use treatment when talking about everyday situations. Beyond. More people are choosing to work beyond retirement age. Inflation has risen beyond the 5% level. I try to use beyond when talking about everyday situations. Approach. As I approached the house, I noticed a light on upstairs. She heard footsteps approaching. I try to use approach when talking about everyday situations. Fund. The fund was set up to try to save the cathedral. I hear the word fund in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use fund when talking about everyday situations. Occur. A third of accidental deaths occur in the home. The explosion occurred at 5:30 a.m. I try to use occur when talking about everyday situations. Individual. Each individual leaf on the tree is different. The needs of the individual customer. I try to use individual when talking about everyday situations. Pressure. They are putting pressure on people to vote yes. You must never give in to pressure. I try to use pressure when talking about everyday situations. Resource. Canada's vast mineral resources. A country rich in natural resources. I try to use resource when talking about everyday situations. Identify. He was too far away to be able to identify faces. The police took fingerprints and identified the body. I try to use identify when talking about everyday situations. Determine. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. I hear the word determine in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use determine when talking about everyday situations. Prepare. The prosecution wanted more time to prepare their case. I hear the word prepare in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use prepare when talking about everyday situations. Argue. We could hear the neighbors arguing. I hear the word argue in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use argue when talking about everyday situations. Particularly, Steve was in a particularly bad mood when he got back. The restaurant is particularly popular with young people. We are hoping to expand our business, particularly in Europe. Amount. Consumer spending on sports-related items amounted to $9.75 billion in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use amount when talking about everyday situations. Ability. The test measures your mathematical ability. I hear the word ability in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use ability when talking about everyday situations. Staff. The entire staff has done an outstanding job this year. They employ a total of 150 staff. The staff were very helpful. Recognize. I didn't recognize you in your uniform. It was malaria, but Dr. Lee hadn't recognized the symptoms. I try to use recognize when talking about everyday situations. Indicate. The study indicates a connection between poverty and crime. I hear the word indicate in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use indicate when talking about everyday situations. Character. He has a cheerful but quiet character. Children grow up with a mixture of character traits, equals character
his temper
qualities
and other character
from both
flaws.
sides of their family. Wonder. I try to use wonder when talking about everyday situations. I hear the word wonder in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use wonder when talking about everyday situations. Attack. A bomb attack. A knife attack. An arson attack. Region. Efforts to bring peace to the region. I hear the word region in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use region when talking about everyday situations. Physical. She was in constant physical pain. The physical and emotional needs of young adults. People with severe physical disabilities. General. A general introduction to computing. I skim through it to get a general impression of the text. I have a general idea of what I want to express. Standard. We paid them the standard rate. The format is fairly standard. I try to use standard when talking about everyday situations. Analysis. She's been in analysis for 3 years. I hear the word analysis in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use analysis when talking about everyday situations. Benefit. They are working together to benefit the whole community. I hear the word benefit in daily conversations and news reports. I try to use benefit when talking about everyday situations. Section. The plane's tail section was found in a cornfield. The smoking section equals where you can smoke. I try to use section when talking about everyday situations. Crime. We moved here because there was very little crime. Police officers are being given new powers to help combat crime. A police crackdown on car crime.